Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga.
Where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Subscribe now and awaken with us.
Imagine for a moment a life where making decisions feels less like this huge struggle, more like a gentle current just carrying you forward. A life where each choice, well, it feels light, aligned, almost effortless, really, leading you exactly where you need to be. Now, lots of people might just call that luck, right? But our deep dive today, it suggests it's far from it. This is about tapping into that quiet, powerful guidance of your own intuition, a voice that's, well, it's probably been whispering to you all along, but it often gets drowned out by just the sheer volume of modern life.
And that's exactly our mission with this deep dive. For you listening, we're going to explore how you can start to tune out that overwhelming external noise and really hear those subtle inner signals. Learn to trust this inherent wisdom. It's really about letting that inner voice guide you toward a life that doesn't just feel good, but feels, genuinely meant for you. Deeply right.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. That whole idea of a gut feeling. Have you ever had one of those, really undeniable ones, maybe about a new person you met or, I don't know, a job offer, or even just walking into a place? You just sort of knew what to do or how you felt, even without any real logical reason. And it's so easy to just brush those moments off, isn't it? Call it coincidence, or maybe something you ate.
Right. Or just your subconscious working overtime.
Exactly. But the sources we looked at suggest something deeper. That intuition is actually your own sophisticated inner GPS. It's operating constantly, just beneath the surface of all that conscious thought and, complex logic we rely on.
An inner GPS. I like that framing.
Think about those concrete examples, right? That sudden, maybe illogical urge to take a different route home from work. And then later you find out it saved you from being stuck in a massive traffic jam, or maybe something worse.
Happens all the time.
Or that weird impulse to call a friend you haven't talked to in ages, and then you find out they were having a really tough time and desperately needed to hear from someone right then.
Yeah, those moments feel almost spooky sometimes, but they're real.
They are. And these aren't just random coincidences. The idea is they're precise, subtle nudges from that inner GPS. The real challenge, though, especially today, in our hyper-connected world, it's the noise.
Oh, absolutely. The constant noise.
It's relentless, isn't it? The phone buzzing, the social media opinions, all those shoulds we've absorbed from society. It all just creates this static that, well, it overwhelms and drowns out these more delicate inner signals. Signals that, probably guided humans much more instinctively in the past. And that right there, that's our first big step. Figuring out how to actually tune out that static, how to listen inward again.
It's fascinating, too, how science is starting to catch up with this, validating what, frankly, ancient wisdom has known for centuries. Neuroscience, for instance, points to something pretty remarkable about those aha moments, those flashes of insight.
Right, like when you suddenly figure something out in the shower.
Exactly. Or on a walk or meditating. It often happens when the brain is in a relaxed, non-focused state. Researchers, like those looking at brain waves using fMRI, they see shifts. You move away from those high-alert beta waves, the ones tied to active, sometimes anxious thinking.
Overthinking waves.
Yeah, precisely. And you shift into more relaxed alpha or theta states. And in those calmer frequencies, your brain can suddenly make connections, spot patterns that were hidden before by all the mental clutter. It's like your internal system gets a chance to, defrag itself, letting those hidden insights pop up.
So it's not just happening in the brain, though. The body's involved, too.
Oh, definitely. The conversation isn't just neurological. Your body is a huge communicator of intuition, often overlooked. Have you ever felt that? Like a sudden lightness in your chest when you're thinking about something positive, a kind of expansion.
Yeah, or the opposite, like a knot in your stomach.
Exactly. A knot, or maybe tension in your shoulders when something feels off. That subtle no. Could even be a weird tingling at the back of your neck. These aren't just random physical things. They're your body talking to you, relaying intuitive messages, often faster than your conscious mind can process. It's pretty primal.
And then there's the emotional layer, too, isn't there? It's not like big, dramatic feelings, but something quieter.
That's a great way to put it, quieter. On the emotional level, genuine intuition often feels like a calm, steady sense of yes. A deep inner knowing that feels peaceful, aligned. Even if the path ahead isn't crystal clear, the feeling itself is certain. Calmly certain. Or, conversely, it might show up as just a subtle discomfort, a slight unease whispering, not this. And this leads us to maybe the most crucial point, the real focus for us today.
Okay.
Learning to tell the difference. The difference between that genuine intuitive guidance and a reaction based purely on fear or anxiety or wishful thinking.
Ah, yeah. That's the tricky part.
It is. Because true intuition, it feels grounded. It feels expansive, not frantic or tight. It's that deep, unhurried knowing, not a panicked urge to do something right now. Fear often feels like that urgent, constricted.
That makes so much sense. And it links right back to what you were saying about wisdom traditions. They knew this stuff long before brain scans, right?
Absolutely. This isn't some new age fad.
Yeah.
It's timeless, woven into human experience across cultures, across
Yeah.
centuries. You look at great leaders, artists, thinkers, spiritual teachers. They all describe a pretty consistent process for tapping into this deeper wisdom. You quiet the mind somehow, you listen deeply, and then, and this is often the courageous part, you act on what you hear.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about Zen Buddhism. They talk about direct knowing or kensho. It's an understanding that just arises spontaneously, not through logic or analysis, but boom, there it is, before thought almost.
Wow.
Or, modern teachers like Abraham Hicks talk about alignment, which isn't just feeling good, it's being tuned in, vibrationally almost, to your broader perspective, your inner being. They emphasize that this inner being is constantly guiding you, and alignment is just being in sync with that flow, feeling that yes.
So how do we bridge that? These ancient ideas, these concepts like alignment with our busy, noisy lives today. Is there a practical way in?
Mindfulness seems to be the key bridge, really.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, practices like focused breathing, body scans, or just trying to be present in the moment, they actively create the quiet space needed for these inner signals to actually surface through the mental chatter. It's like clearing static on a radio, So you can finally hear the faint broadcast underneath.
And what about something like journaling? Does that help?
Hugely helpful. Journaling is simple but powerful. If you consistently jot down your thoughts, feelings, those little nudges you get, over time, you start to see patterns. You'll begin noticing recurring themes, maybe specific feelings or even images that seem to guide you consistently. It's like you're creating your own personal dictionary for your intuition, learning its unique language.
I love that. Your personal intuitive dictionary. Okay, so this brings us to the really practical stuff. How do you, listening right now, actually strengthen this inner skill? Because it sounds like it is a skill, something you can build.
It absolutely is a skill.
Yeah.
And yes, there are concrete things you can do to sharpen that intuitive edge. First off, I really encourage trying what we could call silent walks.
Silent walks, meaning?
Meaning truly silent. No phone, no music, no podcasts.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe pause ours for this exercise. Just you and your awareness,
Yeah.
fully present in your surroundings. Notice what catches your attention naturally, what feels interesting, what pulls you. This practice helps resensitize you to those subtle cues your intuition sends out constantly, information you usually miss.
That sounds potentially challenging, but powerful. Okay, what else?
Second, try decision sprints.
Decision sprints, like running.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
For small, low-stakes choices during your day, like
Yeah.
what to eat for lunch, which email to answer first, maybe which route to take on a short errand. Practice choosing really quickly, without overthinking. Give yourself just a few seconds. A gut decision.
Yeah.
Then, and this part's important, just observe the results. No judgment. How did that quick choice feel? How did it actually play out? It's not about being right every time. It's about building trust in those initial intuitive impulses, testing your inner compass in safe situations.
So it's like building a relationship with that inner voice, getting to know how it speaks to you through small things first.
Exactly that, building trust. And the third practice, maybe the most vital one we touched on, differentiating. Really learning to tell true intuition apart from wishful thinking or anxiety or just ego wanting something.
Right, the calm versus the frantic feeling.
Precisely. True intuition feels calm, grounded, expansive. There's a quiet clarity. Even if the guidance itself is uncomfortable, maybe asks you to do something difficult, the feeling of the guidance isn't frantic. It doesn't yell. Remember that quote, "Your inner being never speaks in panic."
That's powerful.
It is. And Zen masters echo this, right? Real insight is like seeing a clear reflection in still water. It's not agitated. It just is. Fear, on the other hand, that often feels constricting. Racing heart, maybe shallow breathing, frantic, looping thoughts pushing you to react immediately. Intuition gently invites. Fear often shoves.
That still water versus frantic push imagery is really helpful. So what does this all actually mean for everyday life, for you, the listener? When you start trusting these whispers more, what changes?
Well, you start seeing these positive ripples everywhere. It's not just about the huge life decisions, but the daily flow. the small shifts that create a much more aligned life.
Like in relationships, maybe?
Absolutely. You might start sensing more clearly when it's right to speak your truth and when actually the intuitive thing is to just be present, to listen deeply, offer quiet support.
Less reactive.
Exactly. And in your career, that inner compass might flag opportunities long before they're obvious to others. Or maybe it subtly steers you away from something that looks good on paper but just wouldn't feel right for you deep down. You might just feel drawn to learn a new skill or connect with a certain person based purely on that inner knowing.
And just personally, in your own growth.
You experience this deepening sense of alignment. It's profound. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect or easy. That's not the point. But because you're living more from the inside out, guided by your own deepest wisdom, your authentic self. It's about navigating the world as truly you, with this sort of invisible yet powerful current helping you along. And that feels incredibly empowering.
It really does.
So bringing it all together, the main thing to understand is this. Your intuition isn't some rare mystical gift for a chosen few. It's simpler and frankly more amazing than that. It's your birthright. The natural human ability that maybe we've just learned to ignore, drowned out by logic and all that external noise.
We've forgotten how to listen.
Exactly. And the really beautiful, liberating part is the more you honor it, the more you practice listening, the more clearly it will speak to you. It's an innate wisdom just waiting for you to tune back in.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive into your own inner signals, it's really a lifelong journey, isn't it? But maybe one with the most profound rewards possible. It's about rediscovering a part of yourself that genuinely knows what's right for you. Reconnecting with something ancient within you that, despite all the modern chaos, has been patiently waiting to guide you home. So for you, listening now, maybe just take a breath. Listen closely to what might be rising within you right now, and then perhaps with a little more quiet confidence, try following the whisper.
Thanks for watching the Yuno and Kenzo Koga channel. If this video sparked something within you, feel free to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more insights bridging Eastern wisdom and modern life. Until next time, stay present, stay curious, and stay connected.